Caitlin from Nerd Turtle, and today I'll be doing tips and tricks for the first time or novice convention goer. So as most of you know, conventions are a long-standing tradition with nerds and fans of huge variety of mediums. There's big conventions like New York Comic Con or Otakon or San Diego Comic Con, and then there's some smaller local conventions such as the one in DC, AwesomeCon or KatsuCon that's also in Baltimore area. Here are a few tips on how to help you go out to your first con. Definitely you want to have a plan, and you want to have a backup plan in case if your first plan falls apart. There's always something unexpected going to happen, and you just need to expect that. There's sometimes going to be long lines, there's going to be cancellations. If you have a lot of guests that you want to see, or if you want to do some photo ops or signings, just always be prepared for the unexpected. This year, I know that Swizzard had a difficult time at AwesomeCon when he was trying to meet the doctor, and they definitely had to send out an apology because it kind of messed up a lot of people's plans. Also, be aware of what the con's plans are for pre-registration and VIP. We've gone to some conventions where pre-registration they just send your pass in the mail and you have it already. There's other conventions where you have to go in, wait in a line in order to get your physical pass at the convention the day of or the night before. So just be aware of what you have to do for that specific convention in order to purchase your tickets or pick up your tickets. Travel and transportation. Definitely think ahead on it. For New York Comic Con, plan to get your rooms at least a year and ahead of time, as soon as you possibly can. And any big conventions, the sooner you book, the better. Also look for booking plans through the conventions. A lot of times a convention will have plans with a lot of the hotels in the area so that you can get a better deal on your stay. Also, panels. If you want to go to a panel, definitely try to go early. 90% of the time there's going to be a large line to get in, and most people are going to have the same interests as you at the convention. So if you think there's going to be a big turnout, then you should definitely go an hour, maybe even 2 hours ahead of time, depending on who it is. Cosplaying. Even if you're not cosplaying at a specific convention, just take a look around and look at all the cosplayers around you. If you want to take a picture, definitely just go up and ask them for a picture. 90% of the time, if they're going to be cosplaying, then they want to be out there, but just double check with them. Some people get caught off guard when their picture's being taken and they're not prepared for it. And also be nice to them. As a cosplayer, there's been times where people try to pull you and push you in a certain photo pose, or they'll steal your drink and drink it right in front of you, but more on that in another segment. Things to bring with you. Definitely come prepared if you can. Some conventions will let you bring food in, and if you can, definitely try to bring in water and some snacks, because food at all conventions is going to be very pricey. Also, bring a phone charger. Sometimes people bring deodorant because you are going to be hot with 100,000 people walking around. Bring your cameras, make sure you have like tons of space for pictures, because you are going to be taking a lot of pictures there and you never know what's going to come up next. Hygiene, it shouldn't really be said, but unfortunately it is, and you'll be walking in Artist Alley and have somebody really smelly come up next to you. Try to come comfortable. Most conventions are an endurance test, and you need to come prepared because you will be very uncomfortable most of the time walking. You know, we've walked 15,000, 30,000 steps in a day. So don't wear your pretty cute little high heels or your big fancy boots that you've never worn before. Definitely try to wear a pair of shoes that are more comfortable. Also wear clothes that are comfortable as well, and bring layers, because you never know how hot or cold it could be in a convention. If you're like me, then you'll be freezing at some point. If you are able to, and if your group has a plan and knows of other places to eat, you definitely want to eat outside the convention. If before you go traveling for any convention, it's a good idea to look up some places in the area just to see where you can go. Usually for lunch, if you have like a big breakfast in the morning and then have lunch in the middle of the day, and then you can always come back and take the rest of your day there. Cosplay etiquette. So as we touched on before, if you dressed up, expect people to want to take your pictures, and you should take it as a compliment, although cosplay is not consent. So definitely, like I said earlier, try to be nice and courteous to everybody around you, whether you're taking a picture or getting your picture taken. If you have any questions or suggestions, please list them in the comments below. This is Caitlin from Nerd Turtle. Geek out.